Now, a lot of times when these missing person cases come up, a lot of times us in the true crime community, even though I don't claim this shit, a lot of times we latch on to it because a lot of people believe that all of a sudden there has to be some sort of major crime that happened. But as we saw the other day with the dude Riley, whatever his name is, as we saw with him, he just got drunk and fell in a fucking river. A lot of times these cases are like this, and in a case like this where we're dealing with a 26-year-old woman, maybe she just wanted to go suck dick. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. I'm thejbgunner. We're going to be talking about Amanda Nenigar today. We're going to see where she's at. Well, that's the gist of the story is where the fuck is Amanda getting Nenigar? Nenigar. See y'all in a second. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm thejbgunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before we get started, let me first and foremost say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. Big shout out to you guys. Love you so much. And if you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. Join the Gun Squad today. Do yourself a favor while you're down there. Check out some other content, whether it be on YouTube or Rumble or wherever the fuck it's at. You can find my live stream channel, my politics channel, my gaming channel, my amusement park travel channel. I got all kinds of shit everywhere. But let's go ahead and jump right into this story. I'm not going to take up too much of your time on a Sunday. Chilling 911 call made by missing California woman Amanda Nenigar, age 26, just hours before she vanished. As families say, they are worried that she may have been kidnapped or human trafficked. You know, I'm just going to say this. I despise the word human trafficked. And this is, look, man, my hands say pimping 24/7 on it. I grew up a lot different than you guys. My mother was a whore. My sister was a whore. When I say whore, I don't just mean free whore. I mean actual whore. Me, myself, growing up, I learned the industry. And so let's just say there's things about me in my life that a lot of you guys wouldn't necessarily like because you didn't come from that environment. My belief is it should never be illegal to sell something that it's perfectly legal to give away for free. So if you happen to be a chick that likes to make money off your body, even though the conservative side of me wants to tell you to change careers, there's also the opportunistic side of me that's like, hey, let's go make this money together, right? So if me and you, as a dude and a chick, we decide you're gonna sell your ass, but you need a big dude to protect you, be your bodyguard, be your manager. Why would that mean I'm trafficking you? Do you see what I'm saying? And I know because I come from the world of hoeing and prostitution. I come from that world. I know what the world's really like. But a lot of you people that's never been involved in this world, particularly you chicks that watch too much TV, you have no clue how that world goes. So you just are like, the guy has to be kidnapping them and putting them to sell and selling them on the corner. No. Most of the time, the chick was already going to sell themselves anyway, and they just want protection. That's actually how pimps come to be. I prefer the term whore management, but it is what it is. But let's go ahead and get into this. It's going to piss a lot of people off that I say that. And I'm not saying the woman we're talking about right now is one of those things. I'm just saying that when I hear the word human trafficking, unless you're talking about some child that was kidnapped and put out there, a lot of times when we're talking about grown-ass women, they're just fucking hoes. And all they want is a dude to make sure that they don't get killed while they're hoeing. That's the reality of the situation. But you guys are always like, it's the guy's fault. No. The hoe was a hoe anyway. You know what I'm saying? She just had to choose a pimp. That's all I'm saying. But let's go ahead and get to this. Amanda Nenigar was reported missing on February 28th after she became stranded. Now this is concerning. Out in the Arizona desert near Blythe, California. Her final 911 call was released this week where she tried to describe her surroundings and nearby landmarks. Her family claimed that she provided near exact coordinates to where the car was found on March 7th as they slammed the cops' response. Chances are You know, I haven't even got deep into this story yet. Chances are she just walked off into the fucking desert. Anybody that's ever done any hiking out there, you know, like on the Pacific Crest Trail or anywhere out there, you know how far and far between water sources are, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and continue here. A chilling 911 call has revealed the confused moments a California woman tried to explain her whereabouts before she vanished. She was reported missing on February 28th after she became stranded out in the Arizona desert, about 20 miles from her home, which is really weird because you would think somebody could walk 20 miles. You know what I mean? If you walk 4 miles an hour, that's only 5 hours. And yes, unless you're on the mountains, you can typically walk 3.5, 4 miles an hour. I'm fat and I can do it. In the newly released audio, she was heard struggling to describe her surroundings to a dispatcher, saying, I'm not sure, I see a field. Her family, so you know what she might have done? She might have went ahead and tried to walk home and walked off into the desert and, you know, shit happens. Her family says she provided near exact coordinates to where the car was located on March 7th without Nenigar's belongings inside. So she took them with her. So right now, what I think happened, just base, and she got her shit and she left walking on foot because she was out of gas or whatever. And her sister Marissa slammed the response from cops that she feels bungled the search. Right. Everybody's always blaming the cops. She gave them her coordinates. I don't know why they didn't transfer her dispatch to dispatch in Arizona. She gave them her exact location and someone could have went and got her. They could have found her. Beautiful looking woman. Beautiful looking woman. No question there. I wouldn't be surprised though. Nenigar's family say the critical mistake that was led to her being missing for almost a month may have been where her 911 call was directed to. The 26-year-old called from a remote location in Arizona. However, the 911 call was directed to California dispatchers, which her family say contributed to the confusion over what she was describing. Yeah, that's probably a way. She was heard in the call sounding confused and describing vague landmarks as the dispatcher asked her, what are you surrounded with? Do you see fields? Is it all you see? So I'm kind of in a valley. And we'll get to the 911 calls here in just a second. We'll definitely get to all that. In fact, let's just go this way. Let's start with this. The multi-state search for a missing California woman continues.
New tonight at 9, authorities in California and Arizona are looking for a missing woman.
And now investigators are calling her disappearance bizarre.
And KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk now with details on this case. Mike?
Yeah, you know, this 27-year-old woman lived in Blythe. That's where she was last seen, but her car was found over the state line in Arizona, completely abandoned in a very remote area out there. This is the photo of her, 27-year-old Amanda Nenigar, who Blythe police originally put out this missing persons report for, but a week later, her car was...
Yeah, and unless you guys have ever hiked out there in that type of environment, you don't understand, man. It gets hot, water is hard to come by, and it's very easy to get heat stroke out there. It's very easy, right? So if she grabbed her belongings out the car because she was lost and said, fuck this, I'm gonna go find a place, and she decided to leave on foot, that's more than likely how she died. Now, don't get me wrong, I know all the true crimers, they're gonna say, no, JB, she was trafficked, and Brian Kohlberger got her in the Elantra, and Batista dug the tunnel under the desert, and he popped up, and he got him, man, he got him. You got to question everything, JB. I agree you got to question everything. Don't mean you got to make up everything. Roll.
Found by La Paz County sheriffs in Arizona. They say the circumstances surrounding that car's finding was very suspicious to them. They say it was stuck on a boulder, and they say it was in a very remote area. The sheriff is concerned about how this search may end.
My personal fear is that it's going to be a recovery and not a location of a person that's
I agree.
When you have a vehicle that's abandoned and you don't have any kind of inkling of where the person may have gone or anything, it all seems very odd to us and is very concerning.
Yeah, the sheriff there also says he is very concerned that she may be a victim of human trafficking.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're still trying to look into that, but he says where the corridors are, you have Los Angeles not far, Arizona, Las Vegas, all of those are very close. He is very concerned that she may have been brought up in this. His point here is that the car found in a very, very remote area, and somewhere where if you became stranded in that area, you would likely still be there near the car because you really don't have anywhere else to go. So the fact that they have found the car...
Chances are she tried to go somewhere else anyway and walked off into the desert and, well, died. I mean, that's the answer. That's the answer. No, JB. You gotta understand. Batista came through the tunnels. I know.
Or in that very remote area, but have no sign of her.
I know.
Is very concerning to the La Paz County Sheriff. Blythe Police on the California side also trying to find her as well, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Mike.
So we got that situation going on, and the 911 call offers a little bit of insight into the disappearance of this woman.
I'm Arizona now. New developments in the case of a missing woman, 26-year-old Amanda Nenigar. She was reported missing February 28th and last seen near the Arizona, California, right by Blythe. Well, for the first time, we're hearing a 911 call she made the day before, asking for help after her car got stuck in a ditch.
The day before.
Days later in Arizona. By the time Arizona officers got involved, she was nowhere to be found. True crime correspondent Brianna Whitney has been
true crime
this.
correspondent, of course.
For the first time, we're hearing 26-year-old Amanda Nenigar's voice.
Of course, true crime correspondent.
February 27th, after getting stuck in a ditch.
What do you see around you? Do you see just fields, or is that all you see?
Well, I'm like kind of stuck in a valley. Yeah, it's just a lot of mountains.
Amanda lives in Blythe, California, and during parts of the call with California Highway Patrol, you hear her giving location coordinates to the dispatcher and describing the area.
I'm to like a high mountain and I'm wearing pink.
Okay, so you're on Highway 78, you think, and then what would be the nearest cross street?
I'm not sure. I see a hill.
I'm trying to get a location on you, but I'm not getting one.
Amanda Nenigar was reported missing the next day on February 28th after family couldn't get a hold of her and nobody had seen her. On March 7th, the La Paz County Sheriff's Office tells us they officially found her car after searchers discovered it in a remote desert area near Cibola, Arizona. The rear wheels were on top of a boulder when it was found.
Damn.
She's never been out in that part of the desert ever. It's not a familiar area.
And look,
Her sister, Marissa Nenigar.
and look, anybody that's never been out there, and this is your first time ever going out there, this can happen to you. Anybody that's ever driven on the West Coast in that general region, well, we're talking about the Grand Canyon area, Vegas, Arizona. Guys, the reality of this is, or even up in Utah, you could go 50 miles without a single gas station and just be in the desert. So, it's one of my biggest fears when I'm driving on the West Coast in that general region. Like, I make sure my gas is always topped off, right? You see what I'm saying? Because running out of gas out there is not like running out of gas in the Appalachians. It's just not. So to be perfectly honest, just the vibe of this. She ran out of gas and grabbed her shit and started walking to try to find a city, a town, a gas station, and the elements got her. That's my honest opinion about this case.
Nenigar is frustrated after what she's learned. Once the La Paz County Sheriff's Office got involved, they were eventually made aware of Amanda's 911 call the day before she was reported missing. They were told the California officer was confused where Amanda was by the description she gave, and ended up looking for her along Highway 95, a good 30 to 40 miles away.
Damn.
But when Arizona deputies heard the 911 call, they followed the coordinates Amanda gave and ended up just a mile and a half from where her car...
Yeah, you can't get mad at the California police. You see what I'm saying? You can't get mad because chances are this bitch didn't even know she was in Arizona. I don't know if she did or didn't. You know, all they can do is give, they went and checked where the coordinates would have lined up in California. I mean, what do you say? What do you do?
Was found.
I don't know why they didn't transfer her to dispatch in Arizona. She gave them her exact location, and someone could have went and got her. They could have found her.
Marissa says there's been no trace of Amanda ever since, and none of her belongings were in the car.
That means she took them and left. She said, I better take my purse, better take my phone, and go try to find help. That's what she did. That is the only answer. You guys got to understand. Here's the truth. Most of these cases, Most of these cases, the reality is the most simple and most logical answer, typically the most likely answer, is the answer. It's just the way this shit works. Most of the time. The problem with the true crime community is you guys like to twist everything to make everything way more difficult than it needs to be. Occam's razor is a very legit thing. And it's the most likely answer. The most simple answer is typically the answer. It's the truth.
No. Different people have tried calling her because maybe, I don't know, she wanted to disappear and she blocked everyone.
Maybe.
But no, that's not the case. Her phone is going directly to voicemail.
The longer time goes on, the more dire Amanda's family knows the search and situation becomes.
What if she's being human trafficked, you know?
Come
like,
on,
what if
man.
Somebody kidnapped her.
These people are so
ridiculous.
ridiculous. Ain't nobody want to kidnap and human traffic that fat chick. Stop it. I mean, she's adorable, she's cute, she's fuckable. But to believe that people are just gonna kidnap random women off the streets and start, it's not a normal thing. It's not something that regularly happens. And like I said, unless you've been in that lifestyle before, it's not what you think. Like, no, motherfuckers don't just grab bitches and be like, you're gonna sell your ass now. That's not the way it works. But you goddamn couch detectives with the Oreo cookie oozing out of your face, that's the way you think this shit works. Because all you do is sit and watch TV all day. You've never actually lived any of this. That's why my videos are so different than most people on this platform in regards to these cases. I've lived this shit. I've lived this shit. Most of you haven't. And so you just have an idea of how it should be or supposed to be. While you have those ideas, I know. Why do you think I'm always right with these cases? How many more times do I got to start a video out saying, hey, I don't like to say I told you so? The answer why I'm always right and you're always wrong is because experience. You're just court TV watchers without Weight Watchers in the goddamn fridge. You guys are literally just court TV watchers with your goddamn Haagen-Dazs and shit like that.
We want her to come home.
The La Paz County Sheriff's Office says they've been searching the area near those coordinates Amanda gave on the 911 call, most recently by drones, but they've also used helicopters, boots on the ground, off-road vehicles, and cadaver dogs. If you have any information on Amanda Nenigar's whereabouts, please call the La Paz County Sheriff's Office. Reporting in the newsroom tonight, Brianna Whitney for Arizona's.
I wish that chick right there would traffic herself. I wish Brianna Whitney would traffic herself to me. I know that. I got a few dollars. I got a few dollars. But look, man, the reality of this situation is this is more than likely just like the other story with the college kid in Nashville. There's no crime here, probably. The Nashville kid just got drunk and fell into the river. This chick just got lost and scared and probably grabbed her belongings and footed it through the desert region and wasn't smart enough to turn back before it was too late. You see what I'm saying? But then again, if she's out there in the car waiting, never know how long she was waiting, without water, you have to get to water. It's the way the desert works. In my opinion, she walked off and she's dead somewhere due to the elements. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. I want to say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. If you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Don't spend all your goddamn money on Flamin' Hot Cheetos and ho-hos and wham-whams. Feel free to join the Gun Squad. A little bit less cream filling. Well, it depends. It depends. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time. See y'all later.